Teachers signed up, and we just need to decide who's going to observe. So a weekly data meeting requires teachers to submit some work samples from their class, preferably that week, as close to the meeting as possible. We ask them to grade it and submit 2 high samples, 2 medium, and 2 low. For time's sake, I have my teachers do some pre-work where they identify the standard and they do a no-show chart, and then I ask them to analyze the work and identify a gap. I then take the work and analyze it and see if we're on the same page. So then when they come together as a team, they're looking at each other's work samples and identifying the gap based off of the student who did really well versus the students who didn't do so well. And what is the gap? Is it a procedural gap where they're just missing something in the process, or is it conceptual where it's affecting their understanding? From there, once we have the gap identified, we create a reteach lesson just on the gap, so you don't have to go back and teach the whole entire lesson. They will then give another exit ticket that's slightly different and provide that data. So in most cases, I mean, you want to see the data go up, and most times it does. I think the joy I see that I get from that is how excited the teachers are when they come back and they're like, we went from 20% to 80%. So I think the weekly data meeting has changed teachers' process for teaching. When they're marking up the lesson plans and they know what needs to happen, they're able to identify the misconceptions before they even get there. So they're making changes in those lessons. Like, I know my students are probably going to have this misconception, so let me make this adjustment now.